from an initiative called Volmatch. He's just going to give you a 90-second pitch. Over to you, Jim.
Hi, everyone. Can everyone hear me right at the back there? If everyone can please put their hand up. If you could all put your right hand up, please, everybody. I've always wanted this power. Keep the hands up, right. That's how easy it is to volunteer. Well done, everyone, for volunteering. Fantastic, thank you all. On your tables, you will see some of these leaflets. They tell you a little bit about what Volmatch is and what it does. Volmatch has 3 main targets, and actually you're all perfect for this in the room because a lot of you already do a lot of volunteering that we know and we'll see and we'll hear about in a little while. For volunteers, Volmatch is different because it enables you to choose what you want, when you want and where you want to do it. It's ad hoc volunteering opportunities, so it's something different. If you care about animals, then there's the Animal Rescue Centre have opportunities on there. If you care about the environment, there's Castle Gardens, there's Stortford, the river clean-up, there's Tubbs litter picking, all that sort of good stuff. So that's what there is for volunteers. For organisations, occasionally you might just need an extra few pairs of hands, and that's where the organisations, who could be a charity, for example, that's why Volmatch is there for you. And finally, the last key point is employers, and seeing the employers here, a lot of you are already engaging and already speaking to us, so that's brilliant. For employers, it helps to improve your corporate culture, to encourage people to come and work for you. It means that your staff are happier. There's lots of well-being reasons. There's all sorts of great reasons why volunteering, ad hoc volunteering is the way forward, because instead of going off and doing a volunteer day, the same thing every year that the boss tells you have to do, being a bit disengaged, this empowers the staff, empowers your employees to actually do something that they want to do, which is really positive. So thank you all very much for your time. I've got some more leaflets if anyone else would have one, or would like to have one. And yeah, have a lovely evening.
Thank you very much, Jim. So, good evening and welcome to the slightly delayed 2023 version of the Indies. We're not usually that good with deadlines anyway. This is the Bishops Stortford Independent Newspapers Community Awards here in the Hilton Marquee of Bishops Stortford Rugby Club. And if you're sitting there thinking, wow, the global hotel brand has really diversified, the Hilton is a reference to the local Coachworks company and Suzuki dealership. Before the ceremony starts, I know that some of you have been here before and know what to expect, but for those who haven't, for those people who will be called up to the stage and are therefore currently having to manage an awkward cocktail of nervousness, anxiety, and maybe even dread, please don't worry. You don't have to give a speech, so you can relax. However, you might have to endure watching a video of yourself or seeing photos, but we're all friends here tonight. Although I can't speak for the hundreds, hopefully thousands more watching live on Facebook or on catch-up later. Now, you may be wondering who the other people on your tables are, unless you live or work with them. So for the benefit of everyone in the room tonight, and in an effort to break the ice, I'm going to ask for a show of hands. Who's a sponsor? Who's a nominee? Who's a guest of a nominee? Who works for a Bishops Stortford Independent organisation? Who's a mayor? We can trump that. Who's a council chairman? And is there anyone who hasn't put their hands up yet? Now you have. Since the Indie was launched 6 years ago now, in October 2017, we've enjoyed the support of the community. So we're celebrating that spirit and returning the compliment by saying thank you by staging our 5th Indies Awards. We missed one because of COVID. These awards recognise and reward those ordinary people in the Bishops Stortford, Sawbridgeworth and Stansted area who make extraordinary contributions in the community. No one nominated tonight does what they do to win awards. They do it, by and large, to help. To give something back, or because it just comes naturally to them. Now, our nominees tonight range in age from 7, Jacob, to 89, John, and have been nominated through the Indie. So they truly are local awards, honouring local people, highlighted by local people. Here's how the evening's going to pan out. Awards will be presented in 15 categories. That's one more than last time. First, we'll invite a representative of the category sponsor to come to the stage. After I've read out the short list of nominees, although not all categories have a short list, our sponsor will open an envelope to reveal the winner, which hopefully they will communicate to the audience sponsors. Then, after a short video or a short script, we'll invite the winner to come up to be presented with their trophy and have their picture taken by Jared. But please try to contain your excitement by coming to the stage only when I invite you to do so. Now, if anyone wishes to say a few words while they're presenting or receiving an award, they're welcome to, but we politely request that you keep it brief, because we all want to be home in time for Norton or Newsnight. Before we kick off with the categories, we would like to say a special thank you to a particular group of people, and that's our magnanimous sponsors, whose generous support each year makes this event possible. It gives us great satisfaction, pleasure, to welcome 2 new sponsors on board this year. Now, the full lineup is... That's us. The headline sponsor, London Stansted Airport. Please show your appreciation. Bishops Stortford Bid. Bishops Stortford College. Daniel Robinson and Sons. Golf World Stansted. Home Instead, East Herts and Uttlesford. Jackson Square. New sponsor, Mantle Space. Mullocks. Knockolds. Raiden Solicitors. New sponsor, Recruitability. The Rotary Club of Bishops Stortford. Stort Group. And last but by no means least, Tees Law. Their contribution is crucial to the staging of this event, so please show your appreciation, it says here, but you've already done it, so that's fine. Right, our first category is, because he's got to get home to bed, is Child of Courage. Now, it's sponsored by Raiden Solicitors. Raiden is a specialist family law firm with 9 offices, still 9, Mark, yeah? Thank you. In London, Birmingham, Buckinghamshire, Essex, and Hertfordshire, including here in Bishops Stortford. They're presenting the Child of Courage Award on behalf of Raidens this evening is their legal director, Mark Etherington. So will you please give him a round of applause as he comes to the stage. Oh, yeah. So Mark's the guinea pig for all the other sponsors who are coming up. I'm going to... Okay, Mark can't contain his excitement. Now, in a number of our categories this evening, we have several nominees. In others, we have just a winner. And this is one of those. So can I ask Mark to reveal the winner of the 2023 Child of Courage?
And the winner is Jacob Taylor.
Now, last spring, at the age of 6, Jacob started doing the things we all take for granted, like visiting the shops, going to a restaurant, and generally mixing with people. That's because in 2018, he was diagnosed with a condition, hemophagocytic lymphohistiocytosis, or HLH, a life-threatening condition which is so rare that you're more likely to win the lottery than get it. And it meant far too many stays and visits to London's Great Ormond Street Hospital. Here's a short video featuring Jacob and his mum, Emily.
Hi, my name's Emily. I'm Jacob's mum.
Hi, I'm Jacob and I'm 7.
Jacob was a happy, healthy baby until 18 months old. He had some temperatures and was genuinely unwell. He ended up being taken to A&E and then blue lighted to Great Ormond Street, where we found out that he had HLH. Basically, the only cure for HLH was to have chemotherapy, which he started straight away, and a trial drug, which he started straight away in the spine. So the only cure for HLH is chemotherapy and a bone marrow transplant. So we started the chemotherapy whilst we looked for a bone marrow transplant donor, which they found in March of 2019. And at 2 years old, he went into his first bone marrow transplant. He was in hospital for a long time recovering from that. He had many complications post-transplant. Unfortunately, the transplant wasn't a success and it failed, and he developed autoimmune hemolytic anemia and required a second bone marrow transplant. He had a second bone marrow transplant in December of 2021 after many months of being in Great Ormond Street, in and out, and the donor was an unrelated match from Scotland. So at 18 months old he started his chemotherapy and had the bone marrow transplant. Obviously spent a lot of time in hospital, in and out, a lot of blood transfusions, bone marrow spirits, lumbar punctures. Got really poorly afterwards and spent just a long amount of time in hospital. He had the second transplant, and these beads of courage, each one means something. Like, one is for chemotherapy, isn't it?
Yeah.
One's for the yellow are for all the hospital stays that he's done. The green is for being neutropenic, for ambulance rides, for losing your hair. A lot we've stopped. Things like he's had a Hickman line in his chest. So each one is for a dressing change, and each time he's gone down to surgery to have a new line put in. These are also all on him. Being in hospital a lot, he's been neutropenic a lot, which means he hasn't been able to mix with other children. And he's been immune suppressed for most of his short life. He started back school last year, and he's just taken it all in his stride. He absolutely loves going to school, don't you? And mixing with his friends. And I mean, to have been through 2 bone marrow transplants under the age of 5, spent that amount of time in hospital and isolation, he's always happy, aren't you? And he's just really brave, aren't you, and courageous. So it was lovely for him to be nominated, so everyone else could see how brave you are, isn't it?
I'm Philip Asher, I'm the head teacher here at All Saints. I've known Jacob since before he was due to start with us in reception, and we had lots of online meetings to support him accessing school, and we talked about what that plan would look like. From the very beginning, he's been absolutely raring to go, wanting to be here, you know, he's here now every day. He spent some time where he had to access school online for a couple of hours, and he's had some tutors that visited him at home as well, that school sent and provided for him. But now he's here 9 till 3. I think he would probably want to be here 8 till 5 if he really could be. He's a very determined, brave young man that wants to do his absolute best in everything. The children are very supportive, they're very helpful, they take a lot of care about him, they want to include him. He's not, and they treat him just like they would treat each other. They're very friendly, they play lots of games together, they're running around. They want to help him raise awareness of things, so there's a lot of fundraising activities. Jacob often wants to organise those as well, so he organised a bun sale very recently that raised about £400 towards Great Ormond Street. He had his friends from the class helping out, so they were selling their wares and selling their cakes and making sure nobody walked past without buying one. You know, it's a real team effort. He's got a lot of support, a lot of staff are aware of him, they help him and support him and make sure he's all right as he's walking around the building, and say hello to him, and he joins in. He loves sort of being part of the assemblies together and joining in with the singing and joining in with our story times and thinking about our school values. So he's really immersed himself in what being at school is all about.
Yeah, so obviously without Jacob's donor, he wouldn't be here. So it would just be lovely if more people could be on the bone marrow register. If you're 17 to 55, it's just such an easy swab to do, and obviously you could save a life like Jacob's, which twice your life has been saved by an anonymous donor that has donated their bone marrow to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, having spent 3 Christmases in Gosh, Jacob last month enjoyed a lovely one at home at last with Emily and Dad James, and in his 7 years he's had to learn to walk 3 times. So let's see how he's getting on with that, as I invite Jacob and Mum and Dad to come to the stage to receive his award for Child of Courage. Right, thank you very much. And Emily, we've got something for you or Jacob to take home.
Thank you.
It's all right, Jacob?
Yeah,
Thank you.
You can go home now if you want. Hooray! On to the next category, which is the Green Award. Now, our Green Award category is sponsored by Golf World Stansted, the family-friendly golf and leisure venue at Elsenham that features a 9-hole course, a 3-hole beginner course, foot golf, top tracer driving range and 1066-themed adventure golf course. Now, here to present the award on their behalf are the duty managers Joe Mayton and Daniel Clancy. Now we have some nominees in this category, so if you can just hold on to that envelope, Joe and Dan. The nominees are Bob Clift, at 82, still a founder member of the Friends of Southern Country Park in Stortford and a recorder for the Butterfly Conservation Society. Isabel Hospice, for its ongoing Tons of Care initiative, which, through its campaign message of turning donated items into nursing hours, has saved almost 2 million items from landfill and generated income equating to almost 75,000 nursing hours. Suzanne Melia, for her years of volunteer work on public green spaces in Stortford. St Clair Hospice, Going Green Group, a team of 16 people who've helped the hospice's drive towards reducing its carbon footprint by reducing paper usage, reducing single-use plastics at fundraising events, and increasing recycling points around the hospice. And finally, the Sawbridgeworth Repair Cafe, set up by Corinne Lewis. This team of around 20 volunteer repairers not only saves broken household items from landfill, but also teaches people new skills through watching their possessions, from kitchen gadgets to jewellery, being fixed. Joe and Dan, can I ask you to reveal the winner, please?
The winner is Suzanne Melia.
Now, just before Suzanne comes to the stage, here's a video featuring Suzanne, who one nominator described as part helping hand, part guerrilla gardener.
Hi, yes, my name's Suzanne. I've lived in Stortford for 38 years. Probably known to many from doing the local gardening in different areas in Bishops Stortford, i.e. the old cemetery, Purple Garden on Oak Street, Sanctuary Garden on Newtown Road, Monastery Garden just behind us, and now the Acton Day Garden. Very keen gardener, have been for a long time. It's very easy to give to the people in Bishops Stortford. If it's done by something easy as gardening, then I'm happy to carry on gardening. I always believe that it's not for people that's lost and gone and whatever. It's to bring alive what's there as well, i.e. you can do that with gardens. So there's lots of areas there that I worked on and brought alive, and so it's all there, and it lifts the hearts. It really does lift the moods and lifts the hearts of the people that everybody walks through. Everyone that walks through the cemetery has got a little bit of something nice to say. They walk in feeling doom and gloom, they walk out feeling vibrant and moved and lifted, and that's what it's for, so it's lovely. Being the local in the town, and I found then that my social life, if you like, is out in the town, not in pubs and clubs or anything like that. It's in the cemetery. Having lived along the same road for 38 years, my social life is there because everybody comes in with their own stories, their own family things, their own losses, what's happened, and so the connection you get is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I mean, they even come through the cemetery to come and see me, you know, and when I get the little cards and the little notes and the little gifts and the little poses and whatever, and it's lovely, and to be recognised for that, and it brings a lot to them, and they bring, I think they bring an awful lot more to me actually than I can give to them, so that's lovely as well, the connection with the town, and it's important, isn't it, wherever we are in the town, you know, the connections and what you can do and what you can give them. I think it's pretty amazing if it's something like doing a bit of gardening. I feel quite honoured, actually. Not so much that it is recognised. I love it that it's recognised because it's done for purpose. But I love it that people have taken the time to say, do you know what, it deserves this or it deserves that and whatever, because how many other ways are they going to do it apart from putting letters in my door or cards? So, yeah, which is quite dear. It's quite dear. We've got a lovely public, lovely people.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the words of nominator Councillor Yvonne Estop, Suzanne sees the need for tidying or new growth or more colour and brings her time, energy, plants and tools to each space and improves the area for the public benefit. Will you give a green-fingered big hand to our Green Award champion, Suzanne Melia? Congratulations, Suzanne.
Yes, thank you
and
so
thank
much.
you very much indeed.
No, God bless you. Thanks a lot, dear.
You're welcome. And thanks very much indeed to Joe and Dan for presenting the award. Oh, you might have to... that's not it. Okay. She's not keen on flowers. Thank you so much for your support, Golf World Stansted. Not number 4. Number 3, business personality. Now, this is sponsored by our good friends here, Knockholds. Knockholds is an award-winning legal services and independent financial advice firm with offices in Bishops Stortford, London, and most recently, Spain. No new ones, Darren? Okay. It was formed almost 200 years ago. No connection between that fact and me. Welcoming to the stage, please, their managing partner, Darren Hayward. Now, we have some nominees here for this category, Darren. They are Bob Weston, the chairman of Takeley-based house builder Weston Homes, which he founded in 1987 and is now one of the major property developers in the southeast. Peter James and Iris Evans, chair and treasurer, respectively, and founder members of the Stansted Business Forum. Hayley Linsky, winner of our Person of Courage category at the 2022 awards, who's been running her Early Birds and Night Owls breakfast and after-school clubs in Stortford for 20 years now, most recently while living with terminal cancer. And Karen Tate, owner of co-working space The Residence at Wickham Hall, an inspiring businesswoman who, in the words of her nominator, has been an absolute lifeline and takes co-working spaces to a whole new level, encouraging success. Can I ask Darren, thank you very much, to reveal our winner?
I'm delighted to announce the business personality, Bob Weston.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we invite Bob to come to the stage to receive his award, here's a short video featuring the nomination by Sarah Thompson, the Chief Executive of St Clair Hospice. Bob Weston has been a part of the St Clair story from its beginnings. His fundraising golf days over the years have become legendary, raising, alongside other events by Weston Homes, more than £1.7 million. But Bob has also been a hands-on supporter, refelting the hospice building's roof himself to stop leaks. Over the years, Bob has seen firsthand what people with a life-limiting illness go through, and he has seen the benefit of having the support of St Clair, as first his mother, then his father, and his close friend Dick Taylor all received care from the hospice. When Dick died, Bob was moved to leave a legacy in his memory. In typical house builder style, he started thinking about how bricks and mortar could benefit not only the hospice, but the thousands of people who deserve to benefit from St Clair's care. Within a few meetings, a plan to build a single-storey storage facility to replace dilapidated sheds had turned into proposals for a two-storey purpose-built space, which is now home to, among others, St Clair's Hospice at Home team, its clinical nurse specialists, and its men's shed. The Taylor Centre, named in memory of Dick Taylor, was opened in April 2016. Weston Homes sponsored over half of the £820,000 building costs, as well as securing the expertise of over 50 building contractors who provided their services either for free or on a not-for-profit basis. Bob's personal experiences were perhaps one of the main catalysts in deepening his desire to support St Clair. However, his continued backing has become much more than simply financial. Bob is very humble about his support for the hospice. He doesn't ask it to dance attendance on him, nor does he use his backing to further his own ends. He is quietly supportive of the St Clair team and its plans, but that support makes a material difference, and Bob Weston puts his heart and soul into it. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please show your appreciation for our business personality winner, Bob Weston. Congratulations, Bob, and thank you, Darren and Knockholds, for your ongoing support. Category number 4. Sorry, Chelsea are playing Villa tonight. No, it's okay. This award is sponsored by Bishops Stortford BID, Business Improvement District, and recognises customer service beyond the norm by a person, team or organisation in the BID area. The BID aims to raise the profile of the town centre as a great retail, tourist and business destination, and to improve the experience of the town centre for those who visit, live and work in the town. Here to announce the winner and to present the award on their behalf is BID Chairman and Interim Manager, I believe, Karen Burton. Now the nominees are, this is awkward, Karen Burton, who last year retired after 36 years from running Karen's Cakes and latterly Karen's Cake Studio, 32 of those years in Northgate End. Café Mocha, the family-owned and run cosmopolitan cafe in Devoyles Lane. Humphrey's Butchers in Market Square, our winner in 2022. And Nostimo in Market Square, our winner in 2019. Now, can I ask Karen to reveal the winner, please?
Cafe Mocha.
You could have said it with a bit more enthusiasm, Karen. Now, before we invite Cafe Mocha to the stage, here's a short video. Family-run independent Cafe Mocha was opened 10 years ago by Turkish Cypriot couple Joseph and Aisha Alagos, who fell in love with the area on their first visit. In those early days, it was all hands on deck to establish the business, with their son and daughter mucking in. Today, Cafe Mocha's staff is a melting pot of nationalities, covering Italy, Poland, Czechia, Bulgaria and South Africa. Joseph and his staff strive to create a down-to-earth atmosphere whilst delivering their unfussy food with exceptional service and a smile. Janet Brady's nomination said it all. There's always a friendly welcome and the food is excellent and good value, she wrote. However, the customer service is wonderful, especially from the taller two waitresses and the owner. I go there weekly with my elderly mum. Staff are now familiar with her, are very attentive and ensure she has an extra seat cushion. On one occasion, after we'd left the cafe and were waiting on Bridge Street for our lift home, one of the waitresses brought out a chair onto the pavement for Mum. They're very considerate. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Cafe Mocha will be opening at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, as usual. Chef Tony, it's not you though, is it? It's Joseph. Cool. But first, they're here tonight on a table for 10. Owners Joseph and Aisha, Chef Tony, and taller waitress Eva. So could I ask them all to come to the stage to collect their trophy for the BID Extra Mile Award? Congratulations to Cafe Mocha, and thank you, Karen, on behalf of Bishops Stortford BID, for your backing of the award. We're on to number 5, Young Carer. Our Young Carer category was incorporated in the Indies Community Awards in 2019 at the behest of the Rotary Club of Bishops Stortford, the local branch of the largest service organisation in the world, providing service to the community at home and abroad. And here to present the award for Young Carer, he probably won't thank me for this, is the only Olympian in the room, a hockey player who represented Britain at the Munich Olympics in '72 and was assistant manager when Great Britain won gold at Seoul in '88. Ladies and gentlemen, Bernie Cotton. Now, Bernie, there are no silver or bronze medalists in this category, so can we ask you to do the honours and reveal the winner, please?
Get it out of the envelope. Young Carer, winner James Windridge.
Now here's a video featuring Hockerell Anglo-European College student James Windridge and his younger brother Toby.
My name is James Windridge, I'm 15 and I attend Hockwell Anglo-European College. This is my brother, his name is Toby. He's a couple years younger than me and he's currently at Amwell View for the school, which is like a special needs school. He gets the bus in every morning and essentially what I do to help him is as he gets older and he's obviously going to grow up and become heavier, some of the things such as carrying him, like moving him, transporting him become quite physically demanding jobs. So I've kind of just assumed that role in hopes that like I can take it easier for my parents and make it better for my family. Obviously on days out, pushing the wheelchair, physical labour, things such as theme parks, he loves theme parks. And you do get people looking at you, it's pretty normal. He's quite loud and noisy sometimes, giggly, bubbly, but you kind of get used to it after a while. Like, I don't really notice it anymore, and I haven't noticed it for years. Other things I do is trying to keep him so that he actually like has a relatively normal childhood instead of having a parental influence. So like not like stuff where he's like listening to 80s music or like really old films, like modern stuff, so that it's almost like natural for him as a kid. I mean, there was obviously a big sense of pride from it, but more importantly, I was kind of nervous. I didn't really I wanted to attend the award, but when I found out there was a video, obviously there was a lot of nerves behind it. There's a lot of pressure on a video as well, like everyone's going to see it. But yeah, there's a big sense of pride that comes with this. It helped me massively. It's obviously like part of being a young carer is like there are things you have to do that other children don't deal with, and by me taking part in the awards and the benefits this could give me, it could help me almost like, in a sense, just be normal and like live my childhood normally. So like when someone's positive and brings something positive into your life, it almost feels like there's like a need to help them. And because obviously he struggles with things, it's just very important that to me that he has a happy life.
James, that 80s thing that really hurt. James was nominated by his mum Helen, who said, more than the physical things and tasks around the house, James provides friendship and fun for his little brother, whether it be gentle wrestling or cuddling on the sofa, and together they share a love of Marvel films. James is fiercely loyal to his brother, despite the challenges of having a disabled sibling. At school, when he receives unkind comments, he seeks to educate and explain, showing a maturity which has impressed his teachers. It would be lovely for James to win this award in recognition of all he does for his brother, his mum and his dad. Helen, your wish is our command. Ladies and gentlemen, please acknowledge our young carer winner, James Windridge. Congratulations, James. Hope carrying the flowers isn't embarrassing for you. Oh, Givelli's doing it, that's fine. And thank you to the Rotary Club of Bishops Stortford and particularly Peter Scarlett for their continued support of this category. Number 6, we'll just do a couple more, maybe third more, and then we'll take a comfort break just before 9 o'clock. Category number 6 is Unsung Hero. This category is sponsored by Recruitability. Recruitability was founded in 2008 by sisters Lucy and Wendy, who were on a mission to provide personalised and professional recruitment services to clients and candidates in and around Bishops Stortford. Over the last 15 years, Recruitability has placed thousands of job seekers into permanent and temporary positions and has earned a reputation for exceptional client and candidate relations. And here to present the award is the director, Wendy Barrable. we've got some nominees, Wendy. So they are John Allenson, a stalwart volunteer at this rugby club for over 40 years, who has served as president, is a director of the club and an all-round giver and doer. Ruth Armistead, who set up and runs weekly English classes in Sawbridgeworth for Ukrainian refugees. Avril Brampton of Sawbridgeworth, who was named its Volunteer of the Year 2023 by Grove Cottage, the home of Mencap in Stortford. Amelia Laws of Stortford's Apex Strength and Wellness Gym, for offering an open and inclusive space for adults and children with special needs and disabilities. Nicola Mitchell, who devotes countless hours to running the 7th Bishops Stortford Guide Unit and to the wider girl guiding movement in the town as its first aid trainer. And finally, Richard Smith, treasurer of Grove Cottage and a prolific fundraiser who's been instrumental in transforming the charity's financial status to the point that it can now embark on its dream of rebuilding its premises in a £2.2 million development. Can I ask all worthy nominees? I don't know why you're fidgeting, Richard. Can I ask Wendy to reveal the winner?
Gives me great pleasure to present the Unsung Hero Award to Ruth Armistead.
Now, next month marks the 2nd anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Many people in this country were horrified and appalled and could not just stand by and do nothing. Ruth Armistead is one of those people. Here's a video.
My name's Ruth Armistead, and I coordinate the English language lessons here in Sawbridgeworth for our Ukrainian guests. We have a team of 13 teachers and lots of other activities as well. We meet every Monday at 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock and have English language lessons, plus loads of playtime for the kids. We do adults, children, primary school children, secondary school children, whoever wants to come really. Well, I had an email message in March 2022 saying, do you have any experience of TEFL, teaching English as a foreign language? Well, I should have just ignored it, but I replied and said, yes, I have got experience, why? Which led to recruiting 13 teachers, finding a premises here, the Congregational Church in Sawbridgeworth, sourcing stationery, getting us all DBS checked, and seeing what the need was for the Ukrainians who were arriving, because lots of them were coming with hardly any English or no English. Some have very good English. We have one English graduate from Ukraine. We have several university professors. We have a whole variety of people who have different needs to find accommodation and jobs and settle into the life here. It's a real honour, but it's a team effort, not just for me. It was a complete shock when I read the email because I had no idea who had nominated me and accused the wrong person, firstly, to be told who it really was. But there's lots of us involved in this. It's not just me, it's a whole team. It would be a real honour to be awarded the Unsung Hero Award.
And it's lovely because we've made it social, we've made it fun. We have parties for almost any reason. They've celebrated whatever the Jubilee was before the Queen died, and because we had a big party here. We obviously have Christmas parties, Independence Day. The start of the war, we met here and had a little sort of service, and then we walked up to. It's very tiny, Sawbridgeworth, but we do actually have a little council office. So we walked up there and lit a beacon and things like that, so that we've shared with them things that are important to them, and we've taught them things that are important to us.
Yes, I just would like to say that I'm so grateful all people who helping us still here. Ruth, her husband, Chris, Sue, they are so kind and they still do it. It's been like more than 1 year, it's almost 2 years, and they still do it, you know, it's really priceless.
We're very grateful Ruth and her family because every Monday we learn something
new, yes.
Yes, and in English traditional some.
Not only about language, you know, more about country, about everything.
Yes.
And boys are very love English lessons.
Yes. Mom, when will be Chris? We want to play with Chris. And yeah!
And then Chris Hayden.
Ruth was nominated by Jane Johnson, who wrote, "The adult and child students have learnt much and are truly grateful to Ruth. Ruth and her team support the refugees in many other ways, organising activities for children. They've offered friendship, helping to find furniture and household goods when they move into rented accommodation. Ruth is tireless in her support of the Ukrainians and has given up many hours of her time to give them as good an experience as possible while they are living here. She is a most worthy nominee for this award," and the judges agreed. Ruth Armistead, could I invite you to come to the stage, and could the whole Marquee give her a lovely round of applause, please? Congratulations to Ruth and to her team, and thank you, Wendy and Recruitability, for backing us. Just one more category, and then we'll take a comfort break. Now, this is the John Turner Memorial Award. The John Turner Memorial Award was named in honour of the former Bishops Stortford Football Club secretary and behind-the-scenes utility man who was known as Mr. Bishops Stortford Football Club. He literally did everything. He died just weeks before our inaugural Indies event in 2018, and this category honours people of a similar calibre. It's sponsored by Tees, which provides personal and business legal services and independent wealth management advice from its 6 offices in Stortford, Cambridge, Chelmsford, Brentwood, Saffron Walden and Royston. They're a 300-strong firm turning over £26 million and gives back through its community fund, volunteering days, community sponsorships and pro bono legal advice, which in 2022 was worth more than £500,000. Please welcome to the stage Tees Group Managing Director, Ashton Hunt. Now, there are no nominees for this. We're just going straight to a winner who will be revealed by Ashton.
So, good evening. The winner of the award, a legend in these parts, Anthony Squin Clark.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our one and only posthumous award of the night. Now, Anthony Clark was known by a nickname that had stuck with him since school, Squin. It wasn't the only thing from school that he carried with him until his death 2 months ago, aged 86. He was known throughout Bishops Stortford for a boyish zest for life and people, a fun-loving nature, an easy ability to bring a smile to the face of all he met, and his own big, cheeky smile. Squin was born in the old Rye Street Hospital and gained his nickname as he was a twin. He was close to his twin sister Janet and had a younger sister Sue. After attending school at St Michael's Primary and then the old Bishops Stortford Secondary Modern, he did his national service with the RAF regiment in the West Country. Afterwards, he worked for, among others, timber merchant Lewis Peasley, hardware store Maslin's, and for 25 years, one of our sponsors tonight, estate agent Mullock's. His wife of 45 years, Mo, described how Squin loved all sports, apparently driving her to distraction on Saturday afternoons watching the Isle of Man TT races. And it was that obsession with sport that helped him achieve his popularity across the town. He took up rugby after suffering an injury playing football. A lifelong link with the Bishops Stortford Rugby Club was forged. Cricket was another great love for Squin, and he was an invaluable life member of Bishops Stortford Cricket Club from the late 1950s. He undertook various roles, including president, secretary, fundraising representative, league rep, and wine rep. If there was a job to do, he just got on and did it, especially the wine rep. He was the go-to man. He was a life member of Essex CCC, an Arsenal football fan, and he played badminton from his youth until his 80s. 4 years ago, 2 bouts of COVID left Squin much debilitated. When he was taken seriously ill and was fighting for life in hospital, Mo told him, "The whole world wants to know how you are." And when he died in mid-November, it seemed the whole of Stortford and beyond wanted to pay tribute. Flags were flown at half-mast here at Silverlees and at the cricket club. Jen Lindop from the cricket club said, "Squin had time for everyone he met, and he made them feel so very special. He was one of a kind, and it was an honour to have known him and for the club to have been a part of his life." Mo paid her own tribute. He lived life to the full. He loved everybody and everybody loved him. He was the love of my life, my soulmate. Now, a week before Christmas, St Michael's Church, where Squin had been christened before the war, was packed for a celebration of his life. Family was important to Squin. Mo's son Ian, who sadly died in 2022, and daughter Erica were very close to him. Erica and her own daughter Claudia, who gave a reading at Squin's Thanksgiving service, are here tonight with Mo. One final point. Jen Lindop highlighted Squin's speciality talent, pickled onions. Each year he'd peel loads of shallots, pickle them and distribute them in October with instructions not to be used before Christmas. Squin Clark had his own recipe, not just for onions, but for life. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please give a big hand to Squin's widow, Mo, the winner of our John Turner Memorial Award. Worthy winner again. Thank you, Mo, for being able to make it, and thank you, Ashton and Tees, for the support. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a comfort break of about 15 minutes, so we'll be back, we'll call it 10 minutes, 9 o'clock. Thank you very much.
Every
I can't be the pair of you.
I know, I'm sorry. I've just been to the loo. This is the wonder of the menopause. I'm permanently. I'm permanently sinner. So if anyone wants to stand next to me, exactly, honestly, I'm like a human radiator. It's great. Yeah. Nice to meet you.
I can't believe you two haven't. Exactly, don't be ready. I can't believe you two haven't met before.
Do you know what? This is one of the lanes in my life. I'm also going to enjoy. And then it's a real shock. I can bring myself up to it and go, yeah, I've no right to it, but I may interact with someone or read the relationship, but I don't. We did. And we could have this year,
Ladies and gentlemen, if we could just, I'll give you 1 minute to return to your seats, do whatever you need to do. We're going to resume in 1 minute. Thank you very much. Right, ladies and gentlemen, if I could have your attention, please. Andy Lines, could we have your attention, please? We're going to resume the awards ceremony. Thank you very much indeed. Now, our 8th category, the first category of the second half, is contribution to the arts. Smith, you're late. Now, this award is sponsored by Bishops Stortford College. Founded in 1868, the college is an independent co-educational day and boarding school with 1,280 children, thereabouts, aged 4 to 18 in pre-prep, prep and senior sections. Now, here to present the award for contribution to the arts is the college's head teacher, Cathy Crew-Reid, who in 2019 was the first woman ever to take up the post. Cathy. Now we have a couple of nominees in this category. They are Alison Mitchell, President of Bishops Stortford Musical Theatre Company and a member for more than a quarter of a century. That sounds old, doesn't it? 25 years. Who is as much a presence behind the scenes as she is on stage. And DJ Digital Pocahontas, a single mum from Thorley Park who came to DJing late in life and has risen from school PTA discos, which she still supports, along with charities such as Grove Cottage, to performing 3-night stints in the Beefy Melons tent at Stand and Calling. And the winner, Cathy, is...
And the winner is Alison Mitchell.
Now, ladies and gentlemen... Oh, well done, Alison. Missed her cue. Ladies and gentlemen, before Alison comes to the stage to receive her award, here's a short film about her featuring a strong supporting cast.
Hi Alison, surprise, it's us. Alison, it's a real pleasure to be able to speak about you and it's a surprise, I know. I nominated you for this award because I think you thoroughly deserve it. I've never met anybody who does as much for their community as you, Alison. You've been a fantastic support to me as the chair of Bishops Stortford Musical Theatre Company. You've taken on so many roles. You're the president of the company. You've been a production manager for so many productions, props manager. And basically, I know if I ask you to do something, Alison, you'll just say, I'll do it. Or you'll say, what can I do to help? So you are just fantastic. And I've said to you before, you are a superwoman and we love you for it.
I'm Kath Dickerson and I first met Alison when she auditioned to become a member of the Bishops Stortford Musical Theatre Company back in 1998. She got in, of course. The show was Me and My Girl Since then, I've had the great fortune to not only perform on stage with her, but to be able to work alongside her on production teams of so many shows. I ran Alley Cats, the musical theatre company for kids, for 20 years, and Alison assisted me for many of them. This was exactly the same when I directed the BSMTC Juniors and Youth productions when they were in existence. There is no one I would rather have on my team when directing a show. She was always my second pair of eyes and my right hand. She made my life so much easier, and I will never forget that. BSMTC and all the organisations that she's worked with over the years and still works with now are so lucky to have had this multi-talented lady on board, and they could not have run so smoothly without her. She's certainly given so much to the theatrical life of Bishops Stortford over the years. I certainly could have not done any of what I achieved without her. I'm proud to have called her a colleague, a fellow cast member, but more important than any of that to me is that I am so grateful to have her as my very dear friend. Thank you, Alison. Congratulations!
Hello, I'm Paula Holland. I'm the Operations Director at South Mill Arts. I've known Alison for many years in her context with Bishops Stortford Musical Theatre, but also as a volunteer for us here. She's actually been a volunteer for 24 years. She always comes with very positivity. She's always smiling, joking, and always willing to help, and very deserving of the award.
Hello, I'm Captain Stuart Norman. I'm an instructor with the local Army Cadets. I've known Alison for about 13, 14 years when she walked through the door as an enthusiastic parent. She then stayed, she's become an instructor, and she's now pretty much does loads of stuff for the Army Cadets. She's in charge of the PR, she's in charge of the sport, she's always chasing around people. She's chasing everybody. Well done, Alison.
Hello, my name is Bethany Mitchell. I am Alison's daughter. I'm so proud of my mum. She's done so much for the community, both in the arts and also within the schools, the local schools. As a young child, both my brother and I went to two different primary schools, Little Hallingbury, and my brother went to St Michael's. My mum was heavily involved in the PTA, Parents Teachers Association, for those that don't have children. She was heavily involved and supporting the groups and putting on events for the schools to raise money. She was the chairman of the St Michael's PTA, and most recently, since gaining a granddaughter 8 years ago, she has now taken the lead again with the PTA at St Michael's, always the first one there, always the last one to leave, always helping, going above and beyond for every single person involved. From a personal perspective, she is a truly inspirational woman, and if I can be half as good as what she's done and half as good as her as a person, then I'll be one proud lady. She is amazing, and Mum, I could not have thought of this award to go to anyone better. Well done.
Ladies and gentlemen, it would appear that if BSMTC ever thought of staging Wonder Woman, they've got their leading lady. Please give an ovation, standing or seated, to our contribution to the arts winner, Alison Mitchell. Congratulations, Alison, and thank you very much, Kathy, on behalf of Bishops Stortford College. Number 9, Charity Champion. This category is sponsored by Mullocks. Mullocks our sales and lettings agents who have been providing a comprehensive property service in Hertfordshire, Essex and the Cambridgeshire and Suffolk borders for over 30 years. They have offices in Epping, Saffron Walden and their head office here in Bishops Stortford. To present the award for Charity Champion is Mullock's Managing Director, Daniel Galati. And we've got some nominees for this one, and they are Amy Atkinson. Amy writes a column for the Indie called Life with Leukemia, about a family coping with the physical, emotional and financial struggles of living with the blood cancer. She campaigns tirelessly to raise awareness of the symptoms, to educate the public, and last year organised a walk of light at Grange Paddocks for Blood Cancer UK. Renee Friend, our winner at the inaugural Indies in 2018, Rennie is the sunny face of Isabel Hospice in Bishops Stortford. She's been a volunteer, fundraiser and ambassador for the charity for 35 years. She chairs its local fundraising support group, which over the years has raised in the region of £1 million. Hummingbird Cancer Support Group, our winner in this category last time, which provides a range of free holistic therapies to patients, as well as coffee, cake and companionship at South Mill Arts in Stortford. Jane Johnson of Sawbridgeworth, who's raised over £13,000 for the Teenage Cancer Trust in the 10 years she's been running a paper-based quiz that operates nationally. Siobhan Nundram, Chair of Trustees of Red Kite, a local charity which provides support to survivors of historic or recent rape or sexual abuse to enable them to thrive once more. And finally, Trevor Steggles of Thorley Park in Stortford, who arranges golf club events for local cancer charities. Can I ask Daniel to reveal the winner, please?
And the winner is Siobhan Nundram.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's a short video featuring Siobhan. Up, Siobhan, you've come up too early. Return to your seat, please.
My name is Siobhan Nundram. I'm the chair of the Board of Trustees of Red Kite Rape and Sexual Abuse Support Service. And actually we do what it says on the tin. We provide services to people who have experienced sexual violence at any time in their lives. The services we provide are to people who are not in education, employment or training from 16 to 18, and everybody then of any sexual persuasion, ethnicity, country, ability, disability, from then until the upper reaches of people's lives. I know you're interested in finding out where our recruits come from, our helpline volunteers and peer support volunteers, because this is a new role that we've developed, and that's our boots on the ground. So they will actually go out and see people face to face. Because the helpline was open during lockdown, where everything had to be virtual, we responded in that way. But now we're able to actually go and see people and what have you. We're starting to build up a cohort of individuals who will be able to do that function. I see myself as a conduit, yes. Things pass through me to the marvellous volunteers, my board, you know, the support that they give me. They hold me to account because, you know, I take ideas and run with them. And you're like, hang on a minute now, explain the rationale. So they're, you know, part of the governance, the overall governance. And it's good because it means that I don't run off with ideas half-cocked. I make sure that if I'm moving forward with an idea, it is a fully baked and ready for consumption idea. But also, it's for the volunteers. It's for the mummies who excuse themselves from their daughter's evenings and lock themselves in a room to spend 2 hours on a helpline. It's for the married women who say to their husband, right, I'm off to do my shift now. No, I can't go to the pictures. I'm doing a Red Kite helpline shift. It's for the young girls who should be studying, and instead of doing an assignment, they're doing a 2-hour stint. It's for the young lassie who rang to say that she'd had a caller on the line who said she was on her way to a railway bridge. This was last week. And she put everything else on hold to phone the local area because she'd established where she'd come from, but not exactly an address. When they said that they couldn't or wouldn't help her, she was then on to the police, providing as much information as she could. Then, you know, it took her ages to write this up because it was an extensive piece of work. She was then in contact with us to inform us what she had done. And, you know, all of that takes a huge amount of devotion. So it's for these people, all of these people, that I am chuffed that Red Kite, and it's not me, it's Red Kite that was recognised. We are making a difference. We've treated over 500 people. And, you know, for me, it's the idea that they have achieved a measure of recovery and that they're, you know, the troubles and the symptoms that they had subsequent to the abuse that was perpetrated on them is no longer an issue for them, and they're able to get on with their lives.
Siobhan, you've done it again. It says here, before Siobhan comes to the stage. Okay, Siobhan's nominator wrote, Siobhan works tirelessly for Red Kite, going above and beyond the responsibilities reasonably expected of her role, and with little to no remuneration. She'd never expect it or ask for it, mind, he says.
I'm a volunteer.
She is an asset not only to Red Kite, but to the wider community. The world needs more Siobhans. Siobhan, Daniel, could I ask you to present Siobhan with her award? Congratulations. Congratulations once again to Siobhan, and thank you very much, Daniel, on behalf of Mullocks. If previous years are anything to go by, Siobhan, and I mean this sincerely, Mullocks are very good at maintaining a relationship with the winners, and it's very impressive how they have that ongoing support. So congratulations. Number 10, Community Champion. Now this category is sponsored by our headline sponsor, London Stansted Airport. In 2023, almost 28 million passengers passed through the airport, making it the third busiest year ever for Stansted as it continues its recovery from COVID. Stansted has an ambitious corporate social responsibility strategy to bring the benefits of this growth to the local community. The airport employs over 13,000 people across 200 companies. The on-site Aerozone Free Education Centre has welcomed over 20,000 students, and the Stansted Airport Community Fund has awarded more than £300,000 in total in local grants in the past 2 years. It's delighted to be headline sponsoring the Indies to recognise the important role local residents play within their communities. Now, here to present the award for Community Champion is Jane Long, the airport's People Director. It's one of those categories with no nominees. We're going straight to a winner. So,
excellent. I'm delighted to announce that the winner this evening of the Community Champion Award is Touchpoint Stansted.
Now here's a short video about Stansted Touchpoint, a community wellbeing organisation set up in COVID, featuring its driving force and Chair of Trustees, Paul Chambers.
Hello, I'm Paul Chambers. I'm one of the co-founders of Touchpoint. Touchpoint is a community wellbeing project. We were founded in April 2021. We're now reaching over 2,000 people a week with our services across the area. We've got 150 active volunteers, and we're all about wellbeing. So we're well known for our community food share. We're repurposing 8 tonnes of fresh produce a week in our area. And that project itself reaches 1,500 people. We're working directly with 7 primary schools in our area, again with food surplus, but also with emergency supermarket vouchers. We run a community cafe. We have a number of physical health and wellbeing activities, including She's Ready, which is an incredible project run by Women for Women, which has 90 active participants. We have free kids tea times. We have Sunday afternoon at the movies, which is a free project for people who might find Sundays difficult. We host a crisis sanctuary with Mind. We've got a lot of things that we're doing. We do a lot around employability support, and we work to support people also who have additional needs. Well, it's an incredible acknowledgement as what we as a team have achieved together over the last 2.5 years. You know, this project is all about mobilising community. You know, what can we do together when we know that that government is not the cavalry on the hill? This is about from the ground up building community. So for us, I know that I perhaps am the person who's been named for this, but actually it is about all of us. We don't do this if we don't do it as a team. So for us to have this acknowledgement so early in our journey is extraordinary, and we're very, very grateful.
So Paul founded Touchpoint. It was a vision for him. He really didn't have to come along and open up the day centre again, but he did. He's been our driving force. And frankly, I think without Paul, we would never have got this far.
So I think that Paul being recognised for this award is fantastic. He works really, really closely with all of the organisations, which is really important. And he is always there to help no matter what. So yeah, I think it's really well deserved.
Hello everyone, I'm Kemi Badenoch. I am the Member of Parliament for Saffron Walden, and today I am in Stansted with Touchpoint and the rest of the local community, including the Parish Council, celebrating a £50,000 Community Fund Award by Stansted Airport to our local charities and communities. I'm really pleased with this success that they've had, because they have turned around this cafe. It is so phenomenal seeing so many different people from across Essex coming here to support all of the people who need our help, who need their community, who need to stay in touch. And what Touchpoint has done in the last 2-3 years has been phenomenal. They've really turned it around, and I, as their local MP, I'm pleased to support them.
Ladies and gentlemen, nominator Natalie Trapmore said, "I've worked with a number of charities over the last 10 years, and Paul and Touchpoint are innovative and really do make things happen, improving lives, and I think they should be nominated for an award." Well, they've gone one better. Please welcome to the stage Paul Chambers on behalf of our community champion, Touchpoint Stansted. Congratulations to Touchpoint, and thank you, Jane, and Stansted Airport for your continued support. 11, Campaigner of the Year. Now, this award is sponsored by Stort Group. Stort Group, formerly Stort Chemicals, in Duckett's Wharf, South Street, is a leading specialty chemical distributor to the coatings and flavour and fragrance industries in the UK and Ireland. Founded in 1981 by Kendrick and Marguerite Gilks, it is still 100% family owned and managed. And their son Richard is Stort Group's MD, and he is here to present the award. Ladies and gentlemen. Again, we're going to go straight to the winner. So, Richard, if I could ask you to do the honours.
Thank you, Paul. So delighted to say that the winner of the Campaign of the Year is John Robinson.
At ease, soldier. Ladies and gentlemen, here's John Robinson's story. In his stylish black hat, John Robinson is a familiar figure to thousands as he takes to the podium in Castle Gardens every year for Bishop Stortford's Remembrance Sunday service in his capacity as President and Chairman of the town's Royal British Legion. The former RAF squadron leader, who turns 90 in March, is a lucky man. He has survived 5 nuclear bombs. For John was a pilot flying in operations testing British nuclear weapons in Maralinga in South Australia and Christmas Island in the South Pacific in the late 1950s. He is one of the last surviving members of 76 Squadron RAF, or the Cloud Flyers. These elite bomber crews were skilled at flying at the high altitudes needed to sample the mushroom clouds, and their converted Canberra bombers were used on repeated missions throughout the weapons tests. John is one of dozens of veterans who applied for their military medical records, only to be told those covering his time at the tests were missing. Orders from Whitehall in the 1950s said everyone in his bomber unit should have regular blood tests, but the Ministry of Defence has admitted withholding some that show, quote, gross irregularities, even today on the grounds of patient confidentiality. John's records show only that he received a dose equivalent to 576 chest x-rays in a single year, after flying in operations in 1956 and 57. In November 2022, in a ceremony at the National Memorial Arboretum in Staffordshire, where John was lead speaker, Prime Minister Rishi Sunak announced that UK nuclear test veterans were to be officially recognised at long last in the form of a medal. And last summer, John made history again when, in a medal factory near Birmingham, he became the first of those veterans to hold the nuclear test medal that he and his comrades waited 70 years for, following a 5-year campaign by the Mirror newspaper. The Cloud Flyer is once again a proud flyer. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please salute the inaugural winner of our Campaigner of the Year category, Squadron Leader retired John Robinson. Congratulations to John, and thank you to Richard and Stort Group for the continued support. 4 left. On to the category for Outstanding Achievement. In 18, this category is sponsored by Daniel Robinson and Sons. In 1892, Daniel Robinson bought a building company in Stansted, where he began to make coffins and arrange funerals. In 1912, he bought another in Stortford, where he also arranged funerals and supplied memorials. Today, Daniel Robinson and Sons help people across Essex and Hertfordshire, with 10 funeral homes in towns including Sawbridgeworth, Harlow, Epping, Dunmow. The business is owned mainly by the 3rd generation of the family founder. Gary Neal is the managing director, based at head office in Bishops Stortford, and I invite Gary to come to the stage. No nominees for this one, Gary, so can I ask you to reveal the winner, please?
The winner of the Outstanding Achievement Award is
the legend, or the Bishops Stortford legend, Norma Simmons.
Here's the story of former District and Town Councillor and Bishops Stortford Mayor Norma Simons. Norma Simons is a survivor who has been shaped by adversity. Trials and tribulations which would have broken many others have turned her into a champion for the hurt, the homeless and the hopeless. A self-described maverick, but never a loose cannon, she has used public service as a crusade for compassion. She learnt tough lessons from the earliest age. The blunt announcement that she was adopted helped make sense of her harsh upbringing in Glasgow. Her fraught relationship with her parents led to her becoming a teenage runaway on the streets of London, exposed to violence, drugs and prostitution. When she became pregnant at just 14, she was shamed and ostracised and ultimately forced to give up her son. While she was later able to meet Bruce and tell him he was loved, she never received that public acknowledgement from her own birth mother. Norma has used that intensely personal and private pain to help the most marginalised people in Bishops Stortford and beyond. She has used those harrowing experiences to educate others. When she visited the Bishops Stortford High School in 2020 to talk to students, she was frank about the problems she faced when she was their age. The students learnt she was the only counsellor who has a street name assigned to her by some of the homeless people she has helped, because she truly understands how they are feeling. She is a former housing officer at Chelmsford Prison, but is best known as a former Bishops Stortford Town Councillor and East Herts District Councillor from 2011 until last year. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Norma served an extended term as Mayor, and her other council roles included the district's champion for homeless people and a member of the Community Safety Partnership. Her efforts to support the marginalised led to her becoming a trustee of Bishops Stortford Food Bank and of Red Kite, a local support group for rape and sexual abuse victims. She was also a force to be reckoned with as Holy Trinity Night Shelter and Community Outreach developed its mission to support those living on the streets, and she has worked with several organisations specialising in mental health services. As if that wasn't enough, Norma, a former trustee at South Mill Arts, was behind a bingo group for the elderly at Havers Community Centre, chaired the town's Children's Centres Partnership Board, and has been stalwart in her support for the Tibetan community in exile. Her tireless advocacy has continued after her council career ended last May, with advisory work at the Baptist Church Exchange and the Methodist Church, and she remains an ambassador for Red Kite. Over the years, her sterling service has been rewarded by honours, including 2 High Sheriff's Awards and the Freedom of the City of London, when she exercised her right to drive sheep over London Bridge. Ultimately, what sums Norma up is her authenticity. A woman who is equally at ease at a royal garden party and on a bench by the bus stop, holding an impromptu surgery for anyone who needs help and advice. Ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation for this year's recipient of Outstanding Achievement, Norma Simons. Can I just, sorry, yeah, if you, David, want to, yeah. Before you return to the cheese platter, Norma, we saw what you did last year. Have you heard the one about the Liberal Democrat, the Conservative, and the Labourite? Take a look at the screen.
Norma, wow, it's a force to be reckoned with. A great friend. We've not always agreed and understood exactly one another's viewpoints. However, we've always risen above that, and Norma wouldn't have it any other way. The amazing thing is, she's an immense power and help to all those that just need what they can't get anywhere else. She will come up with a solution, with an idea. She speaks so calmly and precisely and directively to those that need a push in the right direction. And if it means that by unbelievable effort on her part, she can get this other individual help or care or accommodation or food, whatever it takes, she'll deliver it somehow. All I can say is, there'll never be another Norma. I don't think I could cope with two anyway, bless her. But she holds definitely a very soft spot in my heart, and she deserves true recognition by many, many people.
Good evening. My name's Councillor John Wiley. I used to be the leader of Bishops Stortford Town Council, but I'm not so important these days. I'm on the back benches. I've known Norma for over 20 years and can say that she is one of the most compassionate and caring people I know. And I'm pleased that she's being honoured by the Bishops Stortford Indy. Her dedication to the community is a great asset, and many people benefit from her actions. Congratulations, Norma.
Hello, Norma. You know me well. Jill Saltwell, ex-councillor. May I say, it was a pleasure to work with you. We're on the opposite sides of the political spectrum, but I think we always got on very well, especially after you beat me several times in elections. I must say, you're a great character. You do all sorts of things for the people in the community, ranging from the night shelter to helping people find homes. Basically, I'm pleased to call you a friend, and you so deserve this award. The 4 years I spent on the council, you made it so much easier. I was quite daunted by the fact that I was the one Labour councillor after 20 years, and I thought, how am I going to get on? But you helped me so much, and I totally appreciate it. Norma, well done, and don't forget I owe you a drink.
We're just going to have a photo with Gary. Yep. Whatever suits you, Norma.
You know what I'm thinking, Nate? Love you.
Yep.
For me. I'll turn round. Better view that way. Can I just say, for me, it was never about politics. Yes, I am a Conservative, and yes, I lost my seat in May, but it was never about politics. It was about people and helping people and being there for people. And I've been in Stortford now, nearly 50 years? I'm a Scot, part Viking, and that might be made me the person that I am. But I love Stortford, I love living here, and I love all that I've done here, and other people that have helped me as well. So thank you very much indeed.
Congratulations, Norma. I would just like to add Fiona and for Norma. Gary's done what he always does in this category, and he's offered a prize of a chauffeur-driven limo to take you to. Well, he is going to chuck in a 2-for-1 offer with the hearse. Yeah. Look, times are hard. He's got to get business from somewhere. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Gary likes that idea. Congratulations, Norma, and thank you very much, Gary. Just 3 more to go. Sports personality. Now, this category is sponsored by the second of our 2 new sponsors this evening, Mantle Space. Mantle offers flexible, fully serviced offices for SMEs in 8 dynamic centres, 4 in the Cambridge area, 1 locally at Thremhall Park, just on the other side of the Junction 8 roundabout, and others in Chelmsford, Stevenage and Abingdon. Mantle prides itself on its customer service and seeks to foster creativity, collaboration and innovation by engaging proactively with members and the local community. It sponsors charitable events and offers office space at no cost to local charities. Here to present the award on behalf of Mantle Space is their Director and Chief Executive Officer, Guy Baker. Now we've got some nominees for this category, Guy, just to go through first. Thomas Banks, only 16. Like Luke Littler, he's excelled at darts since the age of 3, representing England at the Europe Cup in Austria, where he won 3 gold medals and a silver, as well as at the World Cup in Denmark in September and the Youth World Cup in Gibraltar in November. Liz Craik, former All Saints Primary and Hockrell College schoolgirl, ex-Stortford Ladies rugby player, captain of Wasps, who last March made her England debut in the Women's Six Nations. William Gilbank, the Birchwood High School student who dreams of representing Team GB at the Olympics. This young cyclist had a brilliant year as he won medals on the track and the road, including gold in the Bath Road Club National Junior Series race, an event previously won by Tour de France winner Geraint Thomas. Charlie Leonard, the Stortford Hockey Club ladies veteran who captained Stortford to promotion to the National League in 2022, and for the last couple of years has represented England Women's Masters over 45s, winning gold at last year's Euros. And finally, Harry Marsden from the Pro Karate Academy based in Bishops Stortford and Sorberdreth. At 22, a second Dan black belt in Wadari Karate, a member of the England karate team who's a junior British champion, 5th in the Junior European Championships in Denmark, and a Commonwealth gold medalist. Guy, could I ask you to reveal the winner, please?
I'm delighted to announce the winner is Harry Marsden.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, there are quite a few karate clubs in the area, but there's only one Sensei Harry. Now, here's a video about how Harry is regarded at Pro Karate Academy, not just by his young students, but by their parents, and his childhood mentor, fellow England international Chelsea Sides.
My name's Chelsea Sides. I run Pro Karate Academy in the Herts and Essex area. Harry has been under me since he's 8 years of age. I've seen him get his black belt at 14, represent England, his first cap in Denmark, which I went to watch. He then opened his own classes in the Bishops Stortford area. He's really successful in that. He's got lots of students, as you might have seen from the video, and he's still continuing with his own national journey, still representing England, still teaching lots of classes, and yeah, he's been a pleasure to teach all these years, and obviously to have on board as one of the instructors
So my children, Sam and Chloe Spencer, have been doing karate for about 2 years now. They started off with Harry at their school, Manor Primary School. I chose to nominate Harry because he inspired both my children to do something together, which I think is great. And it's such a fantastic club. It's so inclusive. All the kids get on so well throughout all the different ages. It's just fantastic, and you know, that's such a key part of that.
My son Josh, he's 9. He started at Pro Karate Academy in February 2020. Harry's really good in terms of supporting and encouraging his kids that he has in his lessons. He's very praiseworthy when they deserve it, but also he doesn't take any nonsense either. He makes sure that they know what they're doing, and he's very, very strict with the students when they need to be. But generally, he's a supportive coach and really helps them, and he's really helped build confidence up for Joshua.
Well, since Harry, he was at the lunchtime classes that I used to do in 2019. Every single class I do, he's always there, and he's so supportive and encouraging, not just to me, but all the classes.
Harry, this nomination is on behalf of the parents on the Friday night classes at the Hearts and Essex Dojo. We wanted to say thank you, and it's in recognition for all of your hard work. It doesn't go unnoticed. We recognise how patient you are, how fun you are, and you're an absolute inspiration to the children. Thank you.
Inspirational, patient, encouraging, understanding, supportive.
Congratulations, Harry, for winning this award. Obviously, you're amazing, but kata is still a synchronised dance. I don't care what you say, fighting's better.
And before it kicks off at Pro Karate Academy, can I invite Harry Marsden to the stage to receive his Indies Community Award for Sports Personality. Congratulations to Harry, and thank you very much, Guy Baker, on behalf of Mantle Space. Our penultimate award is Person of Courage. Now, this category is sponsored by Jackson Square, the shopping centre in Bishops Stortford, that is home to 36 shops and traders, large and small. It can't quite offer an A to Z, but it does have an A to V. Angel Beauty and Art House to Vinegar Hill and Vision Express. And it's currently undergoing work to accommodate a new TK Maxx store. Here to present the award for Person of Courage is the Jackson Square manager, Michael Smith. Now, not for the first time tonight, we've just a single nominee, but a most worthy winner nonetheless. However, news of their success will come as a total surprise to them, as they are here tonight as a guest. So can I ask Michael to deliver the good news?
Thank you, Paul. The surprising winner this evening is Julie Walker.
Here's a video featuring Julie Walker. Appear to have a problem with the audio, so it's a good job I have the script in front of me. Newspaper columnist, published poet, fashion accessories designer, street market vendor, tennis player. Not a typical collection of descriptors that can be applied to someone living with Parkinson's disease, but then again, Julie Walker is anything but typical. For For almost 6 years now, Julie has been writing a column for the Indie called Parkinality, about living with early onset Parkinson's, having been diagnosed at the age of 44. It's part of her tireless campaign to raise awareness of the disease in the hope that one day a cure can be found. Her column reflects Julie's approach to her condition: authentic, frank, self-deprecating, positive, and above all, brave. Despite the daily, indeed hourly challenges of living with a chronic neurodegenerative condition, she is remarkably sanguine. More than just getting on with life as best she can, she finds new outlets for her creativity. Over the years, followers of her column will have read of her PD becoming increasingly difficult to manage through long-term medication use and the associated side effects. So in the summer of 2022, she underwent deep brain stimulation surgery, having rods implanted deep into her brain, creating an alternative method of managing those effects. But it didn't go to plan, so last year she underwent the procedure again. From the day she was diagnosed, Julie has been all about awareness. As she wrote, "I will make anyone who is happy to listen aware of Parkinson's. Friends quickly realise that unless they actually want an answer to the question, 'How are you?' then they shouldn't ask me." In late 2022, she and her partner Andy Johnson, who couldn't be here tonight, but who also has Parkinson's, were asked by the charity Parkinson's UK to help them make a short educational film to inform healthcare professionals and care workers about the reality of living with Parkinson's. They were also asked to give a talk in London to a group of 80 researchers working at the Alzheimer's Research UK Drug Discovery Alliance, telling research scientists how they live on a day-to-day basis. They explain the tricks and tips they use to manage their condition, the symptoms of which include literally freezing on the spot, unable to move because a lack of dopamine prevents messages from the brain getting to the relevant body parts. To describe their symptoms, they recited poems and talked about the time warp, walking backwards, counting steps, and the band Royal Blood. And last year, Julie joined the committee which organises World Parkinson's Day each year on April the 11th, the birthday of English Dr. James Parkinson, who published the first detailed description of the condition 200 years ago. As her nominator, Jane Peck, said, "Is there no stopping this crazy woman? I hope not. I think she deserves spoiling." We agree. Julie Walker, would you please come to the stage to accept the award for Person of Courage? Congratulations to Julie, and thank you, Michael and Jackson Square. Julie should have been here tonight with Andy, her partner, but he's got a streaming cold. But it's lovely that her daughter Catherine could be here with her to be in on the surprise as well. We're on to the last category, and this is Carer of the Year. This is sponsored by Home Instead, East Herts and Uttlesford. The East Herts and Uttlesford franchise of Home Instead, established in 2008, provides high-quality at-home care to the local community. Its office is at Allen House in Sawbridgeworth. Now, please welcome to the stage to present the award for Carer of the Year, its owner and director, David Bassett. We have some nominees in this category. There's a joint nomination for Emily Bailey and Maggie Smith, who both live in Dimsdale Crescent in Stortford. Carers employed by companies and individuals over the last 10 to 25 years plus, respectively, including dementia patients in their own home. In their spare time. There's Deborah Barton of Sawbridgeworth, who for almost 25 years has worked in a variety of care settings and is currently working with the charity Carers in Hertfordshire while setting up her own business, a sitting service called Miss Big's Compassionate Companionship. And Emma Chaplin of Bishops Stortford, for the care of her 87-year-old childless aunt in Enfield over the past 3 years, overseeing her move to a care home nearer to her in Stortford. That's good. David, could I ask you to reveal the winner, please?
For the Carers of the Year, congratulations to Deborah Barber.
When Deborah Albury, as she was then, left school in Enfield at 16 and quit college after a few months to start an office job with an international scrap metal company in Islington, a career in caring wasn't even on the horizon. The job was unfulfilling, so she went off travelling to New Zealand. And when she returned, she announced to the surprise of all who knew her that she was going to work in a care home in Cheshunt. In the summer of 1999, a 21-year-old Deb started work for Ideal Care in Sawbridgeworth, the town where she has raised her 3 children. Ella, 20, a Huddersfield University student who wants to be a primary school teacher. Maisie, 18, a Harlow College Public Services student who wants to join the police. And Daniel, 12, who goes to Leventhorpe and wants to play Fortnite for a living. Debs has dedicated more than half of her lifetime to caring for everyone else, both professionally and personally, juggling a busy household of husband Darren, the kids, dogs, Buddy and Ollie, yet still always managing to smile and bring light to people's lives. She's worked in various care settings, including domiciliary care, residential care homes, information and advice for Age UK, and 7 years as a funeral arranger with Daniel Robinson and Sons. She's a formidable charity fundraiser, organising events such as a casino night, Strictly Ball, and Ladies' Night for the MS Society, St Clair Hospice and Grove Cottage. She's also an action woman, performing a skydive, an abseil and a firewalk, and she dressed as St Clair Bear to shake a collection tin at Stansted Airport at 5 in the morning before she went off to start work. But care is not just Debs Barton's career, it's her everyday life. We had more nominations for Debs than for anyone else in the history of these awards. They spoke with a commonality about her qualities: selfless, kind, compassionate, generous, humble, a true earth angel. Here's a short video.
My name's Mandy. I am Debbie's best friend. We have been best friends for 21 years and we met at antenatal when Ella was born and my son Max. And in that time I have known her to just go out of her way, above and beyond all the time, to help other people, whether it's in her job, in her private time, just for friends, for family, for people in the village that she lives in. She never stops caring and thinking about other people. She is so deserving of the award. She leaves stuff on people's doorsteps, she jumps off water towers, she dresses up as furry characters, she arranged a carol singing thing at Christmas for somebody. She is unbelievably kind. She never, to the detriment of her own self sometimes, she puts everybody before herself and sometimes doesn't have enough time for herself. But I am honoured to be her best friend and she is the most deserved person I could think of for this.
Hi, I'm Sally, a team member at Daniel Robinson and Sons, which is a former employer of this remarkable lady. Deb's trained with us to become a funeral arranger, a role where she could help local families at the most difficult times of their lives. She excelled in the role for 6 years. She simply has a huge amount of empathy, love and support to give, and she has a natural ability to put people at their ease. Debs has followed her vocation. She's a role model for caring with boundless energy, a huge heart and an even bigger infectious smile. Well done, Debs. We're all really proud of you.
As Mandy mentioned in that video, in Sawbridgeworth, Debs is known for thoughtfully leaving gifts, flowers, chocolates or whatever on the doorsteps of people she feels needs a pick-me-up. Her fellow rugby parent, Deborah Dainty, explains what Debs did for her family.
Hi Debs, Deborah. First and foremost, congratulations on this award. You really, really do deserve it. Obviously at Christmas time, you know you did a very wonderful thing for Joe and our family, as you all know. For those of you who don't know, my husband has stage 4 pancreatic secondary cancer and is terminal. And Debs phoned me one night and said, Debs, are you going to be around on this particular date? Joe hadn't been too well that day, so I said, yes, we are. And she said, that's fine, just look out the window, you don't need to open the door. So at the time that was mentioned, we heard this music and we went to the porch and opened up the door. And there must have been about 70 people anyway in our garden. And they were singing Christmas carols. It was such a surprise. I think what originally started off as being 20 or 30 people, you all met round the corner and our neighbours said, what are you doing? Is this a thing in Sawbridgeworth? Which I suppose it should be. And you said, no, we're coming round to sing for Joe. And they came along, and one of the other dads, John, who is a member of the Salvation Army band, had said to you, do you want the full band, the full orchestra? And you said, why not? And they all came, and it was truly, truly wonderful. And it's a memory that we'll certainly remember for a long, long time. It was very, very special. So thank you very much. But you do deserve this, and you're gracious, you are bubbly, you're feisty, you get things done, and you're a very true friend. Thank you.
Just finally, ladies and gentlemen, in the words of nominator Paula Walton, Debs is completely unaware of how amazing she is and how amazing she makes us feel. She really sees us. I hope this nomination will show her how much her love, dedication and caring nature are appreciated by everyone in her life. Ladies and gentlemen, for our final winner this evening, Carer of the Year, please give a massive welcome to Debs Barton. We've just got one little surprise, because courtesy of Downhall Hotel, they've been more than happy to provide a voucher for you for you and Darren, or whoever you choose, to enjoy an overnight stay, dinner, bed and breakfast at Downhall. So congratulations. Oh, and sorry, there is one other surprise. You're probably wondering how we got those photos. Family photos? I know you sent us some. We've got some family photos. Now, I know that you think she's still at uni in Huddersfield. she's not. So, yeah. Yes, well, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, when I rang Debs several weeks ago to inform her, she was completely overwhelmed. She did email me later and said, I just don't see myself like this. And to the point that she couldn't finish the conversation, and Darren had to come along and say goodbye. So, yeah, honestly, I think Ella has been instrumental, and it's been great fun. You really need to watch out for this one because, yeah, there's a lot been going on behind your back. But congratulations, Debs. Thank you very much, Ella, and thank you so much, David, and Home Instead. Ladies and gentlemen, that completes the awards for this evening. We hope you've enjoyed them as much as we have. And just before you leave, first there's a commercial. There'll be full coverage of tonight's awards in next week's Indie and on our website. So please buy. Click, 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 share. We'd like to say a few thank yous. Firstly to Bishops Stortford Rugby Club, in particular Russell Cattell, for being such warm and accommodating hosts. Much warmer than I thought it was going to be, actually. To Lisa and her team from Chives Catering, who feed far more people than this at pre-match lunches every other Saturday in the rugby season. To the man behind the videos, James Garrett of HNE Media, for putting up with my incessant requests. I'd like to thank Tom and Wayne from Red Occasion. Never met them before. Happy to work with you again. Thanks, guys. And to my colleagues at the Indie, especially my glamorous assistant, DJ, for all the work they've put in to bringing this evening together. And to all of our superb sponsors for their truly valued support. Finally, thanks to all of you for attending. Well done to everyone who was nominated. Congratulations to everyone who's going home with an award. Don't lose it, because we have had that happen before. And thank you to everyone who took the time and trouble to nominate, because if you didn't, we couldn't do this. It's been a special night for all connected with the Stortford Independent, and I'm sure you'll agree, an uplifting experience, an opportunity to recognise the remarkable service, strength of spirit and achievements of these fantastic 15 people. And finally, our photographer doesn't think it's going to work. Could all our trophy winners now please return to the stage for a group photo? Thank you once again for attending, and I wish you all a safe journey home. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
by my side. Feel you whisper to